And thank you for joining us on Business Now. I am Frank Komalape. We'll begin from the Federal Capital Territory, where the Finance Bill 2022, according to the government, will bring all sectors of the economy into the tax net, including capital gains, tax from digital asset, cable undertakings, lottery, and gaming businesses. According to a statement signed late Thursday by Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President on Media and Publicity, Laulu, this formed part of the deliberations at an extraordinary virtual meeting of the National Economic Council presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. According to the minister, the proposed Finance Bill 2022 is anchored on 5 fundamental policy drivers: tax equity, climate change, job creation, economic growth, tax incentives, reform, revenue generation, tax administration. And other aspects of the finance bill include chargeable assets, exclusion of losses, and replacement of business assets. According to the bill, these provisions clarify the basis for the taxation of cryptocurrency and other digital assets in line with the government's policy. By doing so, Nigeria will join the league of jurisdictions currently taxing digital assets, including the United Kingdom, the United States of America, Australia, India, Kenya, and South Africa. And away from there, now the National Economic Council has resolved to update the draft with additional inputs from state governors as the bill goes ahead to the Federal Executive Council. According to a statement issued by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Office of Vice President Laulu, a next resolution was arrived at during a virtual extraordinary meeting yesterday. At the meeting, which was presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, proposed Finance Bill 2022 seeks to amend relevant taxes, excises, and duty statutes in line with the macroeconomic policy reforms of the federal government, and to amend and make further provisions in specific laws in connection with the public financial management of the Federation. She disclosed that other aspects of the finance bill include chargeable asset, exclusion of losses, and replacement of business asset. The minister further noted that extensive consultations have been done on aspects of the bill, such as tax avoidance and tax evasion, by introducing a general anti-avoidance route. And now the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI, has projected that the Nigerian economy will end the year with a positive growth of 3 to 4%. LCCI President Michael Olawale said this at the LCCI 134th Annual General Meeting yesterday in Lagos. He, however, stated that achieving the Chamber's projected growth required the Fiscal and Monetary Authority to promote policies to encourage private capital inflows to the economy. He said fiscal and monetary authorities must develop a medium-term growth plan and anchored on boosting local production, supporting ease of doing business, and attracting private investment. Olawale added that the authorities must also develop fiscal and soft infrastructure, business-friendly regulatory policies, economic diversification, and employment generation, among others. And now the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, oil output fell in November, led by top exporter Saudi Arabia and other Gulf members, after the wide OPEC Plus alliance pledged steep output cuts to support the market amid a worsening economic outlook. Nigeria and Angola each boosted output marginally in November, but both are pumping far below their quotas, the survey fund revealed. Nigeria reportedly posted OPEC's largest increase, helped by higher export of avocados crude. The organization pumped about 29.01 million barrels per day. During the month in review, the survey found that down 710,000 barrels per day from October. In September, October, OPEC output had been the highest since 2020. OPEC and its allies, known as OPEC Plus, have been boosting output for most of 2022 as demand recovered. For November, with oil prices weakening amid concern of recession, the group made its largest cut since the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. The decision for November called for a 2 million barrels per day cut in the OPEC Plus output target, of which about 1.27 million barrels per day was meant to come from the 10 participating OPEC countries. And now the Independent Marketers Association of Nigeria has warned that despite warnings from the federal government, Nigerians will have to buy petrol at a higher cost. This was disclosed by Akin Akriyade, IPMAN chairman, Lagos chapter, on IBrandTV's Business Breakfast on Friday.
Are forced to go to private depots to buy products, and these private depots are selling to us, as I'm talking to you now, 215, 217, in fact in some instances 220 naira per liter ex-depot. So by the time you add the logistics, you add transportation and all that, you will understand why our members are selling at the price they are selling at the various filling stations. But the question is, we still have major marketers and NMP retail stations selling at 170 and 169. The question is, if they are able to sell at 170, 169, can we really say the problem is issue of mother vessel and daughter vessel? I think somebody is adding something, and some people are profiteering from this problem. The problem is not with us, the problem is with sincerity of our leaders. Even these so-called marketers, they still said to us, when they said to us, they said to us above 200 naira per liter. All of them. There is no other depot available to us to buy below 200 naira per liter. Let's just clear that. Your second question, regulatory agency. We have NNDPRA, who is supposed to be the regulatory agency in this, according to the Petroleum Industry Act of 2021. They are supposed to regulate either prices. There is only one importer of PMS, petrol, as it is known, and this is NNPC Limited. Whether you are talking of private depot owners or major marketers or NNPC retail, they all source VMS petrol from NNPC Limited. Then the question now is, how is it possible for major marketers to access the mother vessel through the daughter vessel and still sell at their stations for 170 naira per liter?
And now the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, has lauded the increasing importance of the information and communication technology sector to the Nigerian economy. He said the ICT sector has consistently contributed to the gross domestic product of Nigeria with about 18.44% in the second quarter of the year. Pantami said the sector was fast moving towards the actualization of the government's digital economy agenda with the implementation of the National Digital Economy Policy and Strategy 2020 to 2030. The minister said that in different quarters of 2020, 2021 and 2022, the sector had contributed immensely to the GDP, thereby making it the sector with the highest contribution. According to the minister, the ICT sector grew by 14.7% in the fourth quarter of 2020. He said it made it the fastest growing sector of the Nigerian economy in the last quarter of 2020 and the only sector to have grown by double digit. Pantami added that in 2020, the sector played a critical role in enabling Nigeria to exit recession. And now, KEBBI State Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu on Thursday presented a sum of 166.7 billion in our 2023 budget to the State House of Assembly for consideration. Bagudu told the House that the appropriation bill tagged budget of enduring legacy and had been guided by the strategic objectives of the State Development Plan for 2022 to 2027. And the budget, according to the governor, the government has earmarked about 160.4 billion as recurrent expenditure and the sum of 160.5 billion as capital expenditure. BAGUDU added that next year the government has decided to recognize the importance of institutions through the rule of law, transparency, and accountability that delivers social services delivery to the people in the state. The governor revealed that the budget is also targeted at enhancing agriculture and mineral resources productivity through access to improved technologies, finances, and services so as to increase income generation and provide food security and poverty eradication.